What if I told you that you're thinking about bulking in the complete wrong way? Yes, I know you may be your ego may be getting in the way of you right now, and you're thinking, no, 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 I'm not. But trust me, you are. But yeah, I've got nothing else to say to you guys, so let's get into the video. So most people think about the bulk in terms of you eat big to get big, and to an extent that is right, because obviously we've got to eat in a calorie surplus in order to bulk and gain weight. And if you don't know what a calorie surplus is, it just refers to eating more food than what our body requires of us day to day. So technically you have to eat more. So eating big to get big is right to an extent. However, you don't want to be thinking about eating big. You don't want to be thinking about eating volume. All right, this is where most people get it wrong. You don't want to think about eating as much food as you possibly can. You want to think about eating as little food as you possibly can while still getting maximal output. Okay, this is where most people get wrong. They think more is more, but that couldn't be further from the truth when bulking. All right, you want to make it as easy for yourself as physically possible, and the key word in this equation here is minimization. Okay, you don't want to be maximizing everything you do in terms of the bulking. You want to be keeping everything as simple and as little and as small as possible, especially when bulking. Okay, because as I said, it is bloody difficult. Eating more than what your body needs day to day to grow, it is extremely difficult. So you want to be minimizing things such as the amount of food you eat, how much time it takes you to cook these foods. You want to be minimizing the time it could take to eat these foods and to consume these foods, okay? It's all about minimization. It's not eat big to get big, it's eat as little as you can to get big. Okay, you want to concise everything as much as possible and still be in a surplus. Okay, so for example, what you want to do, right, is you want to look at your plate of food you've just cooked up. For example, I'm gonna go downstairs and cook some eggs, right? And this is actually what I did. Okay, so I had 2 bits of bread. I had uh, I had 6 bits of eggs, and that was it. Scrambled eggs. So I had 2 bits of toast and 6 scrambled eggs, right? And I looked at this meal and I thought, how can I make this more but not more, if that makes sense? So what I did is instead of having 2 bits of toast, I had 2 bagels, and that may be a little bit more volume in food. However, that is like 4 times the calories as 2 bits of bread, right? And in terms of the eggs, I added some cheese, which is another 100 calories, which doesn't necessarily boost out the volume really at all. And I also added a little bit of smoked salmon in there to mix up the flavour and just sort of keep me going with eggs, because you know how easy it can be to get bored of foods when you eat them every day, right? So the little things like that can make a huge difference. And just like that, I increased the caloric intake of my meal by like what, 500 calories, just like that, right? The little things can make the biggest difference. Okay, don't think about eating big to get big. You want to think about eating as little as possible to get big. All right, and I really hope that makes sense to you, because once you have this mindset shift, it can be absolutely vital, right? Instead of eating a banana, right, put it in a protein shake. Done. That's another 100 calories in your protein shake, and that's one less thing you've got to eat. It's so easy when you think about it like this, honestly. And I really hope the message can be, I really hope the message has been conveyed across to you, and it makes sense to you, because as I just said, this can change a lot for you, right? So I haven't really got much more to say. You just got to be smart about what you eat, and don't necessarily just don't eat big to get big, to an extent, but you want to keep it as little as possible to still get big, right? So basically, in summary, just make eating in a calorie surplus just the easiest you possibly can, right? Look at all your meals you cook today and just think, how can I make this, how can I minimize this a bit more? Or how can I add to this but not increase the volume, right? For example, just adding cheese or something like that, right? It makes a huge difference. So that is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I really hope that this mindset shift and this mentality you can take towards your bulk, and it's going to make things so much easier, because people think of bulking as, yeah, just eat till failure, No, mate, you don't have to eat till failure. Not necessarily, anyway. Sometimes you do, but you don't necessarily have to do that. Minimize the amount of food you just sort. How do I word this? Maximize the minimization, and that is just going to increase the efficiency of what you do. Okay, so just minimize for maximum efficiency. Okay, so as I just said, it's not about how much you eat, it's about how little you can eat and still get to where you need to be just as efficiently, if not more, right? Because if you're minimizing your foods and if you're making your portions of food more calorie dense, then you're still going to have room for more food, so you can eat more, which is obviously just going to get you bigger, right? So I hope you guys have enjoyed, as I just said. So just before you guys go, I would absolutely love it if I could invite you guys into my very own free online community. It's called the SlimToSculpt Alliance, where we help skinny men bulk and gain muscle in the most efficient, straightforward and fun way possible. In this community, we have videos that help them build their foundations. We have a workout program to get started with, which you can see on the screen. The members are getting results on and they're liking it. However, if you want to stay on the YouTube channel, then it would mean a lot to me if you drop a like, a comment, a positive comment, you know, negative comment, any constructive criticism, or if anything stood out to you in this video, put it in the comment section. I'll most certainly get back to you. And, you know, if you want to stay around, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Drop a little subscription. I'll be happy. I hope you'll be happy because I can help you more. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. So, I'll see you in the next video.